All right, hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. This one I think is a great one to learn because you can do it on a bunch of different levels. You can start off with just the chords, how I just played it, if you're just starting off. And if you're getting a little bit more advanced, check out doing the chords and the bass line so we can start connecting those chord tones together. And this is an easy one to do, and this is a great example for one. And then for you more advanced guys out there, I'll do a slow playthrough with the melody so that you can try to play along. Remember, FGA members can download the tabs so you can print them out, or you can access them anywhere. And that's it. Let's jump into the lesson. This is a really common chord progression. You know, we're starting with just A, F sharp minor, D, and E. Like a 1, 6, 4, 5 progression. If you guys are just starting off, basically just follow those chords in the tab and just pinch them in what we call the piano style, 1 finger each. So just kind of thumb always plays the lowest note, and then the next 2 fingers or 3 fingers will play the next remaining notes. So once you can just play the chords, it's time to add in the little bass line. So we all know that bass line sounds like this, 2, 3, 4, and that's the bass line we all know. Basically, it's just, what is the bass line doing? It's connecting the chord tones. So from this A chord, that's the first chord, we pluck. Okay, and then we have this walking up bass line. Okay, it gets going up. It goes down to E, and then up to G sharp, and then to A. And then just pluck the whole chord instead of just the bass line like this. And then connecting the A chord to the next F sharp minor, which is going to be kind of a tough chord for a lot of you guys if you're not used to playing bar chords. But you can also play it with thumb over the neck grip if you prefer. Normally I would play this thumb over the neck grip, but I think a lot of you guys want to play this with the bar chord, so that's why I played it that way. So we have A connecting to F sharp, right? So we have this note in the middle, so that's why we add that. With that same rhythm of the F sharp minor, we're just going. Okay, now we're going to walk this up to a D, right? So we're just still using that same kind of scale. Those notes from the A major scale, because we're in the key of A major. Walking up to the D chord looks like this. 2, 4, open D. And then from the D, we kind of do a walk around to get to this E chord. So we go. And then that's the rest of the riff, okay? And start playing on this, guys. This is really fun one to play, but be kind to yourself. If you're just starting out, it's not easy coordinating, you know, the bass pattern and the chord at the same time. So just give yourself plenty of time and play it super slow with that metronome. Okay, I'm going to do a super slow playthrough of just the chords and connectors right now. This is at 70 BPM. 1, 2, 3, bring in the bass line. Now for more advanced players out here, this is where you can start bringing in the melody. So if we just go through the melody, I'm just going to play it slowly with the metronome, and hopefully you guys will be able to follow along. I will talk a little bit about my percussion hits after the slow playthrough, but here we go. 1, 2, bring in that melody. 3, 4. And then the second half of the melody, let's just take a look at that by itself also. way that I recommend to practice it when you want to add more of those percussion hits and just is to keep it really light. Don't start hitting everything like really, really hard, like a normal, you know, modern percussive hit. This is a gentle one. We want to try to keep it gentle. There's a couple times where I did accent some marks, but most of the time for the percussion that I'm adding kind of what is called, this is not modern percussion at all. This is classical percussion. This is, people have been doing this for hundreds of years, where it's, you just take all, it's basically you're kind of playing an act of rest. Like where there's a rest, you kind of like are resting just with a little bit more aggression with that right hand, and it gives a tiniest little click. It's not this or that or any of this, you know, any of these big ones that we've talked about before. It's just this, okay? It's a really gentle click. Then if you want to add an accent here and there, you can get a bigger sounding click, but this is not the right song to have huge percussion in it. This is just to kind of keep the backbeat going, and that's the idea. Don't sweat all that stuff too much, right? Try to get the groove of everything sounding right with the metronome, you know, and start bringing up the speed, and then your hand hopefully will start just kind of getting this kind of chunk going. And this is, again, just for those advanced players that are able to do this type of stuff. If you're just starting off, start off at the beginning, like you said, just the chords and then the bass line. That's fun enough for a really long time, you know? And then once you get bored of that, you can start adding in the melody and playing in extra things like that. And some of this percussion stuff, it makes it a lot more fun to play, but certainly a lot harder. So, all right, I think this one's a pretty fun one to play, and thank you so much for watching this, guys. I hope you got a lot out of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.